The ICEVI, the Nippon Foundation Mathematics Package for Teachers video series, Abacus as a Mathematical Tool. Title of the video, Abacus Decimal Operations General Guidelines. In this video, let us discuss the general procedures for decimal operations using Abacus. To begin with, let us talk about the procedures for addition of decimals. The procedures for the addition of decimals is similar to those we follow for the addition of whole numbers. The only specific aspect here is the placement of the decimal point in the abacus. We explained at the beginning of the abacus series that the dots between the columns of the abacus have different connotations, and one of the benefits is in doing problems involving decimal portions. In decimals, we deal with the whole number part and the decimal part of a given number, and the separating dots are useful to distinguish between the whole number and the decimal part by keeping the dot between them. Let us take the example 32.67. Here, the decimal part of the number has 2 digits. That means we need only 2 places in the abacus for setting this decimal part. In the regular abacus, the first dot on the separating bar comes after 3 columns from the right. As the decimal part 67 has only 2 digits, it is enough to consider the first dot from the right to distinguish the decimal part from the whole number. We can either set the decimal part first or the whole number part first. In this case, let us take the decimal part. The dot on the separating bar is serving as a separator between the whole number part and the decimal part of the number, and therefore let us set 6 to the immediate right of the dot and 7 to the immediate right of 6. You can notice that there is one column to the right of 7 which is empty, but that does not matter as it has the value 0 and it will not affect the representation of the number 32.67. Now let us look at the whole number 32. Here the number 2, which is the smallest digit of the whole number, should be set to the immediate left of the dot on the separating bar, and the higher digit number 3 should be set to the left of the number 2. Let us take one more example where we select the second dot on separating bar instead of the first one. Consider the number 45.8972. Here the decimal part has 4 digits. In the abacus, there are only 3 columns between the right extreme of the abacus and the first separating dot, and therefore we move to the next dot from the first dot. We can note that there are 6 columns to the right of the second dot on the separating bar. We need only 4 columns from the dot as the decimal part of the number has 4 digits. That means 8 is set to the right of the second dot. That is 8 in the 100,000s column, 9 in the 10,000s column, 7 in the thousands column, and 2 in the hundreds column. As mentioned earlier, any number of zeros to the right side of the decimal part of the number does not have an impact on the number, and therefore we can simply ignore the two empty columns to the right of the number. Let us take the whole number, which is 45. The number 5, which is the smallest digit of the whole number, should be set to the immediate left of the dot. The number 4 is set to the immediate left of the number 5. Hope this introduction is helpful in setting decimal numbers. The learners should understand the basic fact that selecting the separating dot for the decimal number fully depends on the number of digits of the decimal part and not of the whole number part. Let us understand these differences in the subsequent videos when we actually do operations with decimal numbers.